Okay guys, I've parked up. Now I'm keeping an eye out in case somebody moves. I can get tighter into the verge. I'm stuck out a bit here. But basically, the Rollright stones, they're set on the top of a limestone ridge, right at the very top. And it's not just a single circle of stones. You've got three different groups, and actually 3 different ages. They range between 3,500 BC and I think it was 1,800 BC, so they're pretty old. You've got the King's Stone, you've got the King's Men, the circle of stones, and you've got the Whispering Knights down at the bottom of the hill. Now, fables have it that they're all connected. Apparently the king was travelling through England back in the day and they stopped for a rest at the brow of this hill. Now, a witch came up to him and she said to him that he had 7 long strides to take to the top of the brow, and if Long Compton thou dost see, King of England thou shalt be. Now, the king thought, this is easy, you know, 7 strides up to the top of this hill, which I'll show you when we go over, and be the King of England. It'll save us travelling all around the rest of the UK then. Anyway, unbeknown to him, he started to take his 7 strides and the wicked witch raised the hill up in front of him. So on the 7th step, he was never going to win that challenge. He couldn't see Long Compton. In turn, she turned him to stone. The Whispering Knights down the hill were apparently a group of knights that were conniving and plotting against him. And the King's Men were resting on the other side of this road, were all turned to stone. And the witch was turned to an Eldon tree. So the old story goes, all 3 groups are actually connected, but they are in fact quite different in age. Right, I'm going to get out, and I don't think I'm going to get a closer parking space, so let's go and see what the Rollright stones are all about. So here we have the King's Stone. Can't believe how popular this place is. It's right out in the back of beyond. And there he is. He's an odd shape now because apparently they erected the railings some years ago to stop the drovers and travellers from chipping off pieces of stone as good luck charms. Hence the railings around, and I suppose now they've got to protect it. But let's go and have a look at this view that he never managed to see. Had she not risen this mound up, the wicked old witch? The moral of that story is, don't mess with witches. But he would have seen that view. And down there, as you can see, at the bottom of the hill is Long Compton. What a view. This is the edge of the beautiful Cotswolds where I live. Now this little site here again was a burial ground, and the big stone there was the top of the monument that has since fallen off. Amazing old place. So there he is, the Stone King. Let's have a wander down and see what the King's men are up to. I'll go a little honesty box. Put my pound in. Now the first thing we see, apart from the litter bin, is the old witch over here. I think I'm going to mess with her. I don't particularly want to be turned to stone today, although it's that cold I feel like I've been turned to stone. Yep, definitely witchy. Bit spooky really, isn't she? We'll have a wander, have a look at these stones. These stones weren't actually quarried, they were surface found, probably within 500 metres of the area. And it would have taken 20 men a month with antler stone tools, fibre ropes and timber levers to put it up. I think there are only 71 stones left now, but there were over 100. They were an awful lot closer together than they are now. And this tallest stone here is set at the front of the portal, which is over there, of the circle. Now, I remember coming up here as a kid, and my mum always used to say that you can go round but never count the same amount of stones twice. And after looking into it a little bit, apparently, if you do manage to count the same number of stones 3 times in succession, you'll be granted a wish. Now, I can only assume that it's the witch who turned the king to stone that granted that wish. I'm not going to count them today because 2 dogs on leads and a GoPro make it quite difficult. Now here you can see all the old ribbons and dream catchers all spread around. See, you can go to Stonehenge and see a fabulous, massive array of rocks. But you can also pop into the Cotswolds, find this ring of stones, draped in history, and also stand and admire the fantastic views. So, let's pass the old witch and hope she doesn't turn us to stone, and see if we can pop down and see the Whispering Knights, who have another story actually. Apparently they were devious knights that were stood and huddled whispering while the king was getting turned to stone, and plotting against him. Hence, when we get down there, the way they tend to they look as if they lean into each other. But it is apparently an ancient burial ground. Here's a nice touch here I've got to add. If anybody's coming in actually with a wheelchair or an invalid buggy, they've really made an effort on the path so that everybody can come down and see it. I mean, come on guys, it's £1. It's a good walk out. It's a glorious day, which I didn't expect actually. And yeah. So there you have it. I'll put the camera down now and I will pick you up when we get nearer. So there they are. The Whispering Knights conspiring against the king. Actually an old burial ground. I believe that they found some Neolithic artefacts then, maybe. And on doing a dig, they found the body, or a skeleton I should say, of a young lady between her 20s and 30s with various bits and pieces dating back to the Bronze Age, and they believe that it was actually a tomb. Now, I doubt it was a tomb for that young girl unless she was somebody really important. What a view, I mean, look at that. I forget what a gorgeous part of the countryside I actually live in. Here we go. Early Neolithic burial chamber. Yeah, dating to around 3800 BC. Wow. Legends of the Knights. The stones go down to the brook in the valley to drink on New Year's Day, or when they hear the bells at Longcompton. The stones are the knights plotting against their king before the witch turned them all to stone, together with the king's stone and the king's men. So let's have a look and see. Yeah, I can see why they're saying that they look as if they're leaning into each other and whispering. And I would imagine also time has played a part in the weathering of these things. But there we have the Whispering Knights. And a view. Gorgeous. In the summer, it's fantastic up here. It really is. Oh, it's getting a bit chilly, and I think it's time probably to head back. What does this say here? That's something that I'm going to have to Google. As to what it means. Or stab it fortis, a rare placet, or stat. Yeah. Girls, that was nice, wasn't it? Now to cook some tea. Here we go.